What's up everyone, it's Russo. I hope everyone is doing well. Please follow my Instagram at Russo Lifts, just in case something happens to this YouTube channel. You can follow, message, and you can watch my daily story content on Instagram. I'll see you there. What is up everyone, it's Russo. I hope everyone is doing well. If you're just stopping in, please subscribe, like, click the bell, hit all. You might be ghost unsubscribed to this channel, so just remember to search me, keep me in mind. ASMR sip is some Pellegrino on the Sennheiser mic. Quick topic video on why preventing gyno is problematic on SARMs. I get this question a lot on my Instagram DM box at Russo Lifts, and DM me on Instagram at Russo Lifts. I answer about 30 to 50 people for free a day. I like interacting with my audience, and I have daily story content on there as well, trying to boost the IG to 30K reel. Help me out. Anyways, today, preventing gyno is problematic on SARMs. So if you don't know, SARMs don't convert to estrogen or DHT, right? So when you add them in to the body, the HPTA is not stupid. It notices something is binding to the androgen receptors and there's more free testosterone floating around. It will eventually suppress down, right? Now, it's fine that we are replacing the androgen with the SARM. It's playing the role. The problem is the SARM doesn't convert to estrogen or DHT. Primarily, estrogen is the problem because estrogen is used for brain health, muscle gain, overall neuroprotectiveness, right? We need estrogen in there to maintain libido, and you will feel like absolute dog shit on crashed estrogen, even no matter how high your testosterone is. So just keep that in mind, right? The problem with what I see and what the mistakes I've made in the past is, right, when you first go on a SARM cycle, especially a very powerful SARM, right, you're gonna notice the binding affinity to the androgen receptor is much higher than your natural testosterone, meaning here's the androgen receptor, your natural testosterone and the SARM are racing to the receptor, the SARM is always going to win. It's going to saturate the AR first, which is going to deflect the test, meaning the test will not be bound to the AR and there will be more free T floating around, which will cause an influx of estrogen at the beginning of the SARM cycle. This is why a good answer of like how I can relate this is to like when I abused S23 on 500 plus testosterone a week. Now I had no idea, I was a noob when I did this cycle, and essentially, right, all that test I was injecting, the S23 had first dibs on the AR. The S23 crashed my sex hormone binding globulin, so the testosterone was not being transported around my body, and all that testosterone is going to funnel and convert to estrogen or DHT, which caused a massive influx in estrogen, which gave me a watery look on S23 until I lowered the testosterone, and it led to horrible DHT based acne and gyno problems until I lowered the testosterone. Now with SARMS-Only, right, the first week or two, if you have high natural testosterone, you're going to notice this higher amount of estrogen. You might get sensitive nipples. So your first thought process is, oh, let's add in a SERM like Nolvadex, or let's add in an aromatase inhibitor like Exemestane to nuke that estrogen down. The problem, right, is that your HPTA is still going to auto-regulate and suppress over the course of the SARM cycle, meaning by adding in this aromatase inhibitor to prevent the gyno of the sensitive nips, you're already nuking the estrogen when it's going to get nuked even harder as the SARM cycle goes on, especially the more powerful SARMs like RAD140, LGD, right? You need that estrogen in there later in the SARMS-Only cycle, like week 5, week 6, week 7. Otherwise, if your estrogen gets too low and you have an estrogen crash, you'll look real good, you'll look real grainy, you'll look like no water on you, but you won't gain no tissue. You won't gain no tissue. I remember Tony Huge, basically, he had a guy on the channel who did letrozole year round. He said it was the best look he ever had, but he gained zero tissue, right? You need estrogen to gain tissue. You need estrogen to protect your brain. You need estrogen to have good quality erections. You need estrogen to not feel like shit with joint pain in the gym. You need estrogen to mentally not feel fogged as shit. I have the best libido on slightly high estrogen, believe it or not. That's just what I'm saying. So what all these people do on SARMS-Only is they freak out because getting gyno is like the worst fear of everyone who does enhancement, right? And I have multiple videos which I'll have Andrew throw up of me getting my gyno cut out, but people don't want that. People want to prevent the gyno before it happens. I get it. The problem is you're limiting your SARMS-Only run if you're abusing an AI in the first couple of weeks, because you need that estrogen later in the cycle, and you're only facilitating, you know, less estrogen, which is going to be less gains over time. And really the estrogen side effects should dissipate over the course of the cycle. So all I'm saying is use that AI, use that Novadex super sparingly if you're having sensitive nipples, because remember, if you're on SARMS-Only, no testosterone base, aka nothing under the SARM that's converting to estrogen, constantly giving you a trickle feed of exogenous estrogen. If you're relying on your endogenous testosterone to convert to estrogen for your estrogen, you don't want to be adding in the AI and nuking that and halting your gains of the cycle, which you're taking all this health damage to get the gains, right? So just be a bit strategic and tell this to your friend who's, you know, blasting a Rimadex the entire time on a SARMS-Only cycle. That ain't doing shit. You're just fucking up your health. I'll see you guys in my next video.